When you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. That's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it, you can influence it, you can build your own things that other people can use. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again.
Steve Jobs was a thinker. He always thought outside the box. This led to his invention of innovative technology bound by his powerful speeches and crafty marketing strategies.
Why did he revolutionize the personal computing industry? To uncover the answer, we must first step into Jobs' shoes. He noticed that there was an increasing demand for technological advancements in the home computing industry.
It all started when Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak showed off the Apple I's board in a computer homebrew club in March of 1976. They later went on to found Apple Computers Incorporated on April 1st that same year. They began selling Apple I's from Jobs' garage to computer hobbyists. The Apple I was first introduced to the general public when they unveiled it at a personal computing festival in Atlantic City on the 28th of August, 1976. The success of the Apple I caused Steve Jobs to think bigger. Jobs found that it was up to him to create the next big thing, as he was quoted saying, "Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower." This was the motive that led to the company's next big thing, the Apple II.
Steve Jobs' invention of the personal computer was one of the main sparks of home computing technology. Through the evolution of the Apple I, Apple II, and the Macintosh, Jobs was able to create a portable computer with a very simple user interface. Before, technology placed limits on who could use computers and their location. Only the elite with loads of money and advanced programming knowledge could afford to own one of these machines. Jobs was able to dramatically change this when releasing the Macintosh. At a price of $2,945 on release, it was known as one of the most affordable computers during this era. Other computers from companies such as Microsoft and IBM costed 5 times the amount of the Macintosh and were only capable of doing a fraction of what the Macintosh could do. Not only did it have an easy-to-use interface, but it was the first portable computer that the general public had unlimited access to outside the office. Because of its slim and revolutionary design, the Macintosh was considered a door opening to all kinds of new technology. Jobs himself stated that computers themselves and software yet to be developed will revolutionize the way we learn.
This is a field where one does not write a Principia which holds up for 200 years. This is not a field where one paints a painting that will be looked at for centuries, or builds a church that will be admired and looked at in astonishment for centuries. No, this is a field where one does one's work and in 10 years it's obsolete and really will not be usable within 10 or 20 years.
Steve Jobs was a strong believer in the idea of continuing to innovate. He wanted his contributions to be a basis for all future technology. As he stated, it is a field in which things become obsolete very quickly. By convincing people to continue to innovate, he was able to lay down the foundations for future companies to build upon.
So it's sort of like sediment of rocks. I mean, you're building up a mountain, and you get to contribute your little layer of sedimentary rock to make the mountain that much higher. But no one on the surface will, unless they have X-ray vision, will see your sediment. They'll stand on it. It'll be appreciated by that rare geologist. But no, it's not like the Renaissance at all. It's very different. Very different.
Steve Jobs was always considered a leader through the symbols in his speeches and inspirational quotes. He always stated things that tested other people's ideas and made a reputation for himself. This motive kept him always challenging himself to do better than the competition. Often, he found himself making mistakes. However, rather than trying to cover them up, he always strived to fix them before more problems arose, a quality that several other companies lacked. He believed that, sometimes when you innovate, you make mistakes. It is best to admit them quickly and get on with improving your other innovations. This ensured that Apple was a trustable computer corporation because they were able to admit mistakes and improve upon them rather than keeping them a secret and hoping no one had ever noticed. This was what kept Apple ahead of the competition all throughout the 70s and 80s.
Steve Jobs was able to thrive as a successful businessman through his effective marketing strategies. These strategies included, but were not limited to, persuasion, surprise releases, and negative marketing. Jobs was able to leave the public always wanting more. By keeping them isolated from what goes on in creating the product, he was successfully able to keep their attention and lure them into buying products over the competition. Due to these effective marketing strategies, computers such as the Apple II and the Macintosh had impressive sale returns throughout the US. These profits surprised many other companies, allowing Apple to become a symbol of the personal computing revolution.
Quality is very important. And the way we can make tremendous increase in quality and reductions in time to market is through automation. So the automation isn't there to lower the cost, although it does do that. It's really there to increase the quality and decrease the time it takes us to get a new product, as an example, to market, which is very important in a technology-based marketplace.
Automation is a way of getting many things done in a limited amount of time while still keeping the quality and prices intact. Jobs found this a very effective way to market his products because he was able to save the consumers money and still give them a state-of-the-art design with regard to both interface and speed. As a bonus, he received extraordinary profit, making it a form of commensalism.
Before the invention of the Apple II, the personal computer was only considerable to people who were wealthy. Others either didn't have access to one or didn't feel the need to buy one, especially with high prices exceeding $3,000 adjusted for inflation. However, after the Apple II had been released, the home computer became an everyday thing that the general public owned. Jobs was able to prove his point that computers will revolutionize the way we learn, and indeed it did. Personal computers during this era opened up opportunities for thousands, as well as giving people easier ways to access knowledgeable information. During this crucial point, many of the other companies such as Microsoft tried to create a successful business by basing it off of his ideals. Steve Jobs' legacy has continued to live on even today. Without his push towards innovation, the technological empire would not be where it stands presently. Because of the ideas he expressed to the public, you seldom find people using outdated technology to get tasks done. They are constantly striving to find flaws in past designs in order to make more efficient models for the future. And it's because of Steve Jobs that all of these ideas have become reality.
Through Jobs' revolutionary technology, inspirational speeches, and effective marketing strategies, he was able to make a lasting impact on the technology industry as a whole. Without his contributions, none of the home computing companies would be where they are today.